Carlos Beltran is the only player named by Rob Manfred today, now the manager, of course, of the New York Mets. Why are they in such different positions right now after this has been handed down?
For the very simple reason that Beltran's a player in this and Cora's a coach. So Beltran dodged a bullet. That's it. The commissioner decided he wasn't going to suspend any players for this. I can understand why he wouldn't want to do two things, and maybe more things, but I understand why he doesn't want to tangle with the union to negotiate suspensions. Just don't deal with that at all. And I understand the difficulty dealing with different players and different suspensions. How do you say, Altuve was a 40-game guy from this. Beltran was a 20-game guy. It's like, once you get into players, it's really tricky. Maybe the league should have taken the time to do that because the players did cheat, but he just wasn't going to go there. So Carlos Beltran just gets a freebie here. He was involved, and he's not going to be suspended. He's
not going to be suspended, and that way it's a freebie. But Moose, going into year one of managing in New York, that's already a lot. Is this going to hang over him in year one?
Well, it'd be interesting to see if he would be the Mets manager if this story came out 18 months ago. Or, if this story came out sooner, you could make the argument that maybe he's not sitting in the position that he's sitting in right now. Maybe he's never the special advisor to the Yankees if this story comes out, because it's different than just being a player. He was an active participant. That's the other thing that you get a sense of.
The only player in the report.
He was he's helping streamline getting the information. It was his basically stepping in and saying, you guys are doing it this way, you can do it better. And that's a problem and that's a concern. Listen, does it stick to him for the rest of his career here? And what is it going to determine what he does as Mets manager? No, but I can understand those coming out saying, well, he's the player that's named. He's different than Altuve. He's different than Correa. He's different than these other guys because he was a guy that helped Cora out, getting and relaying these signs, deciphering the signs, and being able to streamline the information.
And it's interesting that Beltran is the one, obviously, he goes on to be the Mets manager, and we're faced with this situation now, but he's the one guy from that team that was the player coach. He was the guy who was overseeing everybody.
Good thing that wasn't his title.
Yeah. He could have been the one, these players are all going to, they're not going to try to throw Alex Cora under the bus. They're not going to try to throw Carlos Beltran under the bus. But I think if you had to pick a guy that you're going to try to hold back from, you only see Beltran's name in there a little bit. I'm sure there was probably some information held back. That said, he is a player, and there is a whole different set of doors that they're opening if they go after him. It's interesting. I don't know how it would work now that he's a manager, how that would all play out and legally and whatever. But I would like to see what would happen if there was some kind of a ruling to come back down from baseball about Carlos. Obviously, there won't be because the report already came out.
Quickly, to your question there, I asked that at baseball, and he's a player in this. So the union would have represented him on discipline because he was a player in 17.
Good enough.